Arrived. It's rainy, not only in Hamburg, also on Amazonia. A very, very common Night Elf map that is, and one of these Night Elves will advance as the first Night Elf into the round of 8. The guy in the upper right needs no introduction at all. He's a 2-time Vice World Champion, a 2-time Vice DreamHack Champion. He's Foggy. I like that. And the bottom left, a 1-time ESL Meisterschafts Vice Champion. He's playing for Raptor Gaming in the red. It is Spiral.
Der Spiral.
Spiral, indeed.
Who was it that criticized my German earlier?
It's always Remo. When it comes to criticizing you, it's always Remo.
You think I can speak this language? I can form a full sentence. Kind of problem for Kevin Schwim. How about that?
Yeah, can I get that later in the 4th match as well when Kevin is up against Ente?
Pretty sure everybody knows that line in this team.
Beautiful.
Alright, Foggy's the one going for the bottom here.
Yeah, that is to be expected. I think Foggy, since the days of like GCS qualifiers when there was no regional qualifier for the Gold League, he did that. He did that to all the Night Elves on worst ping, and since then he fell in love with these pushes, and he's really, really good at executing these pushes. But the thing is, everybody knows. Like, the common thing is, if I know something, then the players know it for a lot longer. So Spiral is aware, and he should probably know exactly what to do to counter that.
You know, as good as Foggy is, I almost feel like sometimes he's underestimated. Like, I've heard people quite a few times criticize his micro and stuff, and I feel like he's a complete player. Like, he's not just a macro or strategy or micro, like he's good at everything. And one of the qualities that I think is his best, that is not often, or that is often overlooked and not often talked about, is how well he reads the game. So when I see him go for a podium against Demon like this, I don't feel it's like super straightforward and he has a specific plan and it's either gonna work or fail. I feel like he's gonna be able to adapt really, really well to whatever it is that Spiral is doing exactly. This harass didn't do too hot here as he gets chased with no hit points. And no mana either, but yeah, when I see him going for double Enchant of War, I think he's just looking to try and read the game, like what exactly Spiral's doing, and then he can decide whether there is an AP push or if he does later timing. Maybe throw in an expansion, but that's probably the least likely of the scenarios. This is a pretty bad start actually right now for him. Spiral managed that super well.
This is as you said, horrible opening. Circlet, Slippers, and Gauntlets for Spiral, amazing. Level 2.5. You're not even dropping too much HP. Can easily heal up. Go for the Murlocs now. And Foggy is the one being timing dependent. He's on Mass Huntress. He's still on tier 1. Spiral is tacking for half the duration of the tech already. And there's no threat for Spiral's archers because he kept them safe in the base, waiting for Foggy to push.
Wait, he uprooted both Ancient of War for a second. I was like, what is going on?
Whoops.
Foggy needs to produce hunts right now, and we talked about it earlier. It didn't manifest in the first series, yeah, but against this style of mass hunts and bottom, you're supposed to go, Tinker second, Dryads, and kind of have that base overlay like Spiral has, where your archers are inside of a wall, kind of safe, being protected. The downside of that is that if you get AP pushed on the outsides, then it's really hard. You have to move out of that safe area, and suddenly the archers start dying and you're in trouble. So we'll see. Foggy starts the tech, so he's not all-inning with just mass hunts, and he's setting up the Enchant of War to creep the expansion.
And this is pretty much what you just said, right? Adapting to this game, not fully committing, not trying to go with his head through the wall. Foggy pushing a little bit, poking onto the Huntress Hall, luring the archers out, trying to get some damage in, and distracting, buying time, because that's still what he needs. Wisp sniped at the beginning of tier 2, so no early Tinker, no early Naga for Spiral.
I think a lot of, like, it's very easy to go for autopilot sometimes. Like, you just think your opponent has a certain plan and you don't bother scouting too much. You're trying to go for the counter of like what you think is going to be there, but then it's something slightly different and suddenly your counter is completely off. And I feel like Foggy almost never has that. Remember when he played against Tarzan in DreamHack and Tarzan was trying to like 2 racks rifle push against Foggy Squadron on Echo Isle? Foggy had a perfect scout when the 2 racks were going up, and then he got ready for the defense and absolutely crushed it. And that's what I was talking about when I said that he reads the game really well. What the hell is this trick? The rock golem literally went around the other side. He had him stuck. Oh, he should have kept him there. The golem wouldn't even have been attacking. But I guess he has the Enchant of War tanking the damage anyway, supposedly. And it looks like an expansion's about to be set up here from Foggy. He even bought the Shredder.
Wow, I've never seen this before. I mean, it's pretty common to lure the creeps here to this little hole with a Tree of Life, but this is something I've not even seen Loliot do.
And look at how scared Spiral was as well.
Yeah,
He
he's
had all
just
of the
waiting.
archers at home. He was like, all right, the push is coming. The push, any second now, the push is coming. No, the push wasn't coming. There is no push. He's expanding, bro.
Yeah, this feels like a theory craft on Foggy's greatness in reading games. You're 100% right. He sees the expansion now. Spiral maybe a little too cautious, maybe a little too sure that Foggy would be coming. And all of a sudden, he's the one who has to move out to stop this expo.
Yeah, I like this counter by Foggy a lot because if you think about how to counter this style of his, you need to be fighting at home with shop, with Moonwells, which are all there. They're all well positioned. Spiral just would have to stand, in that area near his Enchant of War so that the Enchant of War can also attack. So by expanding, Foggy takes away all of that from Spiral. He says, well, I'm expanding. You're going to be the one to have to attack into me, perhaps. And if you do, then you don't have Moonwells. You don't have the shop right next door. You don't have this Enchant of War that also could be hitting the whole time. So having gone for the tech, I was wondering what he would go into at tier 2. Like he can go Moonglaves and make more hunts and stuff, but he's getting improved bows now. So maybe a transition into archers, but no second hero yet. I wonder if the plan is to just stay on single bottom and try and get that beautiful shower that hurts a lot of the Starfall.
Okay, that is a long way for sure. And not too easy to get the necessary mana against the Demon Hunter who's already level 3, but he has that big mana potion. Could save it for then. We have archers, we have dryads. That's a very, very good counter to Huntress. Shredder will help, and Foggy is gathering his forces to defend the Expo, which is just about to finish.
Yeah, and Foggy's the one with a Dark Ranger here, ready to kill these archers, transform them into skeletons. Shredder is there. The Mecha Godzilla, man. Got to go to work.
No repair there, though. Might need a couple of Wisp, and the Dark Ranger is suffering too. I'm not too sure if this fight is going too well for Foggy. Might be able to clean this up.
Actually, Spiral did a fantastic job pulling back his army before he started losing a lot. And he forces it down followed by Foggy.
Wow.
Spiral is officially an elf. Like, this guy is so damn good with this race.
And he built an Ancient Protector on the back of this, very, very protected. Foggy had to storm through the entire army to kick it, but he wasn't willing to commit to this. And now Foggy's second base is still under threat. He's walking into the creeps. Uh-oh, Greater Mana Sold, Heal Scroll. Might have to use it right away. Mana super low as well. Moon Juice almost gone. Foggy's in a world of trouble.
We almost walked into the kobolds here. That would have been a disaster. But yeah, that expansion under siege right now. Demon even steals one of the items that was left at that little camp here near the lab.
Another gauntlets. Like that Spiral is using these clockworks to scout a bit. When is Foggy coming? When do I have to reposition? Real nice.
Yeah, this is actually, these guys do a lot of damage. That expansion is gonna go down. And I think Foggy's in a world of trouble. I think he's hoping that Spiral will kind of like lose patience and engage into him very poorly, but Spiral is way too smart for that. He's just taking down the Expo right now.
Foggy's sending...
That's gonna force Foggy to engage.
Foggy's sending a sapper to the south. He's wrapping around, trying to get rid of that AP, but Spiral just head on, taking that fight. Sapper's coming in. Will it be focused? Not really. And what a brilliant move by Foggy to get rid of that constant threat. Bottom actually healthy. Demon Hunter's still super, super strong, but Spiral's army is about to disappear, maybe.
Killing the AP is such a big deal here because this army is terrible against buildings.
DR!
Foggy is about to lose the Dark Ranger. Mana Burn actually does it. And Spiral, all of a sudden... By the way, he went evasion level 2, Spiral. That was so smart.
So smart.
Not overcommitting on a Mana Burn that he didn't really need because that bottom had been out of mana since the very start.
But there was a lot of kills going Foggy's way here. Tinker has to be careful as well. There's a TP on him now. And the Demon Hunters wants to get a little bit more. That one Huntress more gets it. and is able to move away without using that town portal. But the expo is still up and finally able to pay off.
But the kobolds, they're retaking Amazonia. They're retaking their land. Somehow they moved out and started hitting at some of these archers. Foggy saves the expo. I cannot believe that actually lived. That is crazy. I don't know what Zoom Spiral plays with, but it's almost a little surprising that he didn't see this sapper coming in. Because if he had targeted that down, we're looking at a different game. Like this AP just would do so much damage and be there the whole time. And like I said, like this army of Foggy is terrible against buildings.
Yeah, it wasn't even nighttime. So yeah, could have seen it. But he tacked on the back of this attack, so this wasn't an all-in. And he's getting bears now. And what does Foggy have against bears? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, if you have a composition here of just pure archer and hunt, it's kind of a nightmare to face any sort of bear dryad army, but we see Foggy going for the lures. We might be going into a lot of dryads here to try and slow down the bears, have Abolish against war and rejuvenation as well. And because he has expo now for a while, try to use that economic advantage. Look, he's setting up more defense as well at the expo, and Ancient of War and APR going up, getting Nature's Blessing.
Super low on lumber. He can never really tech to tier 3, but I think that is not his play. He's following in the footsteps of Moon, winning Night of Mirrors with Dryads only, with great control. Absolutely doable. But can he hold the expansion again against Clockwork Goblins and Bears?
Shredder is like, oh, you want a piece of this?
Yeah.
You get the message last time?
I'm not too sure if he should be that confident, Todd.
Confidence is everything, yo. Let him go. Actually, he should be getting targeted down first. He dies pretty quick. Keeps a bunch of XP.
Okay, this Engine of War will be stopped. Was cancelled though. Resources are coming back, but Foggy is super low on lumber. And Dryads are actually rather lumber heavy as a unit.
Yeah. That Shredder needs to be mining. Needs to be babysitted here. He cannot lose that. Ancient of War in position to try and help out. Foggy can kite a little more, but the fact that Spiral has 4 Dryads, they also slow down units. So even though he doesn't have any spells that will effectively slow down the army, these 4 Dryads should be enough for that.
Could Spiral expand on the back of this attack?
I think he's committing a lot here to doing quite a bit of damage. If he expands, he shouldn't attack, then he probably should have crept. So because he's attacking, he needs to make a lot of units here and try and bridge dislocation. Bear being pulled back here. The AP is in the back doing a lot of damage. Maybe he could take that out. There is a staff on time. Now that's going to be down for a while. And Foggy with some great target fire on those bears right now.
Also silence on the bears, so they can't cast too much roar, not too much reju, can't morph. And Spiral is losing absolutely everything in this fight. Foggy looking so strong. Gets a Zappelin now as well to save things. But with the Dryads, with the double orb, he's killing everything off of Spiral.
Ooh, Foggy doesn't have a town portal. His hero's going low. Spiral had 4 Dryads, but after they died, he didn't have anything to slow down the units of the opponent, and also the piercing damage that do a lot of the opponent's Dryads. So now Foggy, his Dryads are going crazy. Spiral, this might be a good time to start pulling back. Perhaps you are right. He should have just expanded and crept more.
Oh
His
my
micro,
god.
like Foggy's micro that fight was absurd.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely crazy. And Spiral now is going into Huns?
Wait, what?
3 Huntress queued. That makes absolutely no sense to me.
Me neither.
Demon staffed out. Tinker gets the AP finally, but on the cost of a TP. Okay, now switches up to bears. Maybe just the wrong building selected.
Maybe he plays with grids.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That would have been the weirdest transition of all time. But Spell's in quite a bit of trouble here. He saw like that Foggy's supply is getting out of control. And he's looking to re-engage, really. I would have expected him to run to the bottom right-hand side, creep a little bit, try to build his own big army. Upkeep. The upkeep system is one of the greatest comeback mechanic in any video game. So you could stay at 50 supply a while and then break, but no, Spell right back in the fight here. He saw that Foggy was creeping the Mer camp. He's trying to do some double team on Foggy.
Yeah. Dude, did you ever play Mario Kart? That comeback mechanic is a little heavier than the upkeep, but yeah, apart from that, you're of course right. This is just too much damage. Foggy's getting upgrades as well. Trushador is kicking in, and Spiral can't fight this at all.
The Dark Ranger actually could die. I think Spell's best chance might be to target heroes a little more. Everything's low for Foggy. Even though he has way more supply and it's looking like he's not doing too bad. Okay, Hill Scroll actually definitely gonna solve a lot of that. Another Pocket Factory goes down. Dryads are kind of terrible at targeting Pocket Factory as well. They don't do a lot of damage to it, so he's leaving it up. But that means that those little Clockwork Goblins, they're doing a lot of damage.
Oh, the bottom has a TP last second. Okay. Another Dryad down. They give a lot of XP. Spiral at 45. Don't know where his supply is really. Oh, 2 very hurt bears in the base.
Yeah. And we're at the start of the day, so those Moonwells of Foggy are not going to be replenishing. There's 2 of them near the lab that he may have forgot about. Okay, no, he's used one of them. And Spiral's still being very aggressive. He refuses to expand. The plan might just be to expand himself when his main gold runs out, which he has 2.8 thousand gold left in that.
Yeah, I really like this now since the AP is gone, the Clockworks, and can attack this tree slowly but steady, and the bears are so good at mauling this down. Does he have a way out though? He never rebought the TP. He has no Zeppelin if I see this correctly. He has to get this kill, otherwise he's in a horrible position.
Yeah, this is all in here. Can he fully disengage? Maybe.
Wow.
That demon doesn't even start the fight with full HP here necessarily. Rejuve is not an option. The stuff. Oh my god.
Whoa! 11 HP. Can he finally take out that Shredder? That Shredder, man, paid off big time. And if the focus fire is right, bears don't stand a chance at all. Level 5 bottom. Just getting worse.
Foggy gets bottom level 5. Dark Ranger is level 4. Dryad still going strong. They can also kite really well. You can pull back the injured ones. They're not going to be attacked further. This Shredder was there the entire game. The MVP of the whole game.
Yeah.
Collecting so much lumber and also helping to fight against the evil Dryads of the opponent.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. This Demon Hunter is about to fall, and Spiral's game was so good, but it's not enough to threaten Foggy. What a game! And people say Knight of Mirror is not great.
Yeah, very fun series, or very fun game right there. Foggy once again with a strategic outplay, and Spiral then coming in with the push. That Sapper won the game. And that's so cool when 2 different strategies go up against each other and it's a back and forth. Clearly better than Bear Mirror. Isn't that right, Neo? That's completely right. And now we're moving on to the next map. What's gonna Foggy have prepared there? Spiral, does he have something else left in the tank? It seems like Spiral is a bit predictable here. Seems like Demon Standard is his way to go, and Foggy, it seems like he always has the initiative to dictate the pace of the game. He's gonna go for the push, or he's gonna be going for the expansion, and that's gonna show us where the game is gonna lead to. And Spiral's always on the back foot, and perhaps scouting there. The problem for Spiral, he found out about the expansion very late. Considering how late he found out, he came in with a super deadly push right there. But fighting with only 50 supply bears against mass Dryads, it's so hard to do. Everything gets slowed down. Hard decision though for him to make. If he counter expands, is that just too late? Is he ever gonna get a big bear army? Should he have just crept? Not so easy to make that perfect call there for Spiral.
Maybe some adjustments happening on map 2. That's gonna be Concealed Hill. Then we're going to a little break, and then we're back with match points Foggy. Back at DreamHack Open Fall with the winner bracket final of Group B. It's a little bit of a wrong screen there. How will Spiral react to this defeat on AZ? We go into CH, and this is usually Potamura hunting grounds.
Yeah, extremely good map for it. You have the fountain to fall back to when you have map control to heal up there for free. During nighttime, you get level 3 easily. And a Demon Hunter on the other side doesn't have too easy of a time at all, creeping early to get strong. So this is where usually Potom is to be expected. But then again, a bit of reverse psychology could come into play, a bit of a curveball, as we like to say. Looking forward to this one. Foggy won the first map as we expected, but it was really, really close. Spiral put up a good fight. And now we're going to find out what happens to map 2.
Let's go. Remo's becoming quite a host there. Nice introduction, going a little lower with the voice at the end. Thumbs up for the Demo Man.
Yeah, I just wish he'd learn to enjoy mirror matches as well, but you know, he'll get there someday.
We got Foggy in the yellow in the upper right, playing from the Belarus for Ukraine. And in the bottom left, we got Spiral for Raptor Gaming and Germany, of course. Will it be Potom? Will it be Pocket Strats? Exciting times.
Let's see, Foggy with the Potom again and Spiral with a Demon. So the exact same matchup. On paper, Amazonia is one of those hard maps to creep the Expo on, but as we saw with an Ancient of War, it's actually not that hard, so there is a chance we see similar builds, but the risk in that is that this time Spiral will probably make some adjustments, expect it, and play better against it. So maybe Foggy was just happy with the way it went and does the same thing. He also has an opportunity to mix in a different strategy entirely, despite opening the exact same way as last game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised to see Foggy going through with the push here. Maybe a little later once he got the Zeppelin, but maybe he will abandon this idea of a push when he sees that it's again Demon Hunter Archers, because then the Zeppelin isn't a big factor against all this anti-air. AP push is still very, very powerful here, but we see Spiral with the Wisp in the north. I like that. As Fog, he's not fast expanding, is he? No, that would be almost suicidal. But okay, creeping first.
Yeah, you shouldn't rush the Expo, like you don't have to. And Foggy, it seems like he waits until he sees what the opponent's doing, tries to read it as well as possible, and then he kind of decides himself what he's doing. Second Ancient of War going up near the Expo, so yeah, that might be answering our question of like what he was gonna go for. He doesn't tell us whether he wants to stay one base or expand. It's actually it can be one or the other. Like he could creep the Expo and make an expansion on location, and he could creep the Expo and not Expo, and then just go for a push. And he also maybe could not creep the Expo and just made a bunch of hunts and just attack and go for APs outside of the area where the Moonwells are. But like I said before, this is the kind of strategy that people are countering really well these days, and that I think Spiral was very well ready for last game.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful how many options we get in the early games these days in WarCraft 3? Spiral saw this, knows what's up, and the position of the Tension of War is a pretty decent indicator that he wants to expand at some point, but he's also waddling over to the laboratory, not fully committing to it. This is a very weird and unusual early game.
Yeah, I mean, Foggy has done a good job of retaining hit points here. He's just kept on running every time the demon was behind him and chasing him. Al achieves a Moonwell cancellation. Gonna get right back out on the map immediately behind this. Having seen the second Ancient of War location, super important and very helpful. We still need to follow up Scout a lot. That's why Spiral has like this one Wisp in the top left to kind of keep an eye on that area.
Yeah, he has to see if the Engine of War is coming, if he can push this. Also on the right hand side, is he going for a Zeppelin or not? Do I have to be ready? He's attacking now after 4 archers, so he is playing it rather safe, and he also goes for a Hunter's Hall. Very early.
Yeah. I think Spiral, this time he must be expecting a similar style to what we saw last time. And the question is, how does he go about countering it? If he gets in the same position as he was in last game, would he expand instead of attacking? And attacking on one base against 2 base often means that you're very committed to doing damage, which he didn't do enough of every time that he attacks. That expansion was almost dead, by the way.
2 hunches now for Foggy. Will creep this. How much damage is the Demon Hunter able to do? He has a staff, still level 1, no evasion. Okay, he's getting it now, probably, after creeping a little bit. Wonder what this early Hunter's Hall is for. Is he still going for art? Is it just Ultra Vision? Yeah.
He's gonna get a lore, I think.
Yeah. But it was so early in the tech.
Maybe just at the gold anyway, because it's not like he's pumping out Archer all the time. Like, it looks like he's gonna stop maybe at 6. Which is kind of like the sweet spot where you get improved bows, and it's still really good. That Demon achieving some good damage here, really harassing those Wisps, and he's actually moving out now with the Archers as well.
Nice reposition by Foggy though, so not more damage doable. Has the staff back soon, and I guess that's the time for the Bottom to creep this Overseer. Claws of Attack, excellent. Plus 19 damage already.
Staff back, looks like. No?
Has to.
Maybe Fountain Heal first? That delayed the expo a lot, actually, because one of the creeps was blocking where Foggy wanted to make the tree, which was around the top part of that expansion area. So you had to wait until that was finally cleared out. But that Demon did a fantastic job here, buying time, and that also allows the Tinker to start the creeping on the other side, which Foggy needs to get on top of and prevent. A Call of the Beast forest pile, by the way.
Yeah, can be amazing if Foggy has no Wisps around, but knowing Foggy, you will probably have Wisps around, especially now that he clicked the inventory, or should have clicked the inventory. And he's keeping Spiral busy. I really like that play. Spiral needs more time anyway, though, but it's not too much creeping. The German just can't unfold his play.
Super Huntress heavy here for Foggy. It's a very different game here, where he's just staying tier 1 and massing this time around. I expect there's going to be a tech at some point and an Archer transition. But there is a chance he just stays on pure hunts, takes out all the Archers, and then just says, okay, well, I just now have too much for you to be able to counter. And that Demon trying to go for a cancel on the tree, but I think the tree should have enough hit points that it should not be possible, but I'm not sure.
He can definitely delay the Entangled Gold Mine, but he will immediately be surrounded. And the staff is still on cooldown for 25. This is kind of risky. But okay, should be fine in a bit while the Tinker continues creeping. Very, very Tinker heavy, this game by Spiral.
That should have been a surround, by the way. I'm really surprised that Demon was able to get out here. That's more a mess up on Foggy's part than anything. He steals the healing scroll away on the other side, but I guess Foggy... I mean, maybe he doesn't realize, and maybe he doesn't buy the one on this side. We'll be able to kill an Archer here before getting out. And Demon having staff now feels super safe to just stay out on the map, be annoying while he's leveling his Tinker. I gotta say, I love the way Spiral's playing this right now.
Spiral is not committing to any tier 3. Gets another Archer. So he stays at mass range. It's also no double engine of lore. It's just more Archers and Dryads for a little dispel.
I wonder if he's gonna attack. He has the perfect items for it. Wand of Illusion is amazing. You get the zeros at the front that are very pesky, annoying. And the Skull of the Beast as well. Of course, Foggy would have Wisps to try and get rid of that. And there is still... Okay, there is an AP plus an Enchanter for the Expo. Like, the elves have really perfected this kind of defense in their expansion with the right amount of defense, which is just that. One Enchanter for one AP. And buy you so much time, you get extra damage.
You can use a Moonwell as well. If it fits your defense, it's really, really, really well thought out. Spiral gets surrounded. This time it clicks. Has the staff. And TP out immediately. Foggy, with a little bit of aggression, defends his expansion.
Yeah, Spiral might have to expo here. He's getting an AP at home, which I think he should let finish, just in case there is more itinerant attempts, especially a Zeppelin. It's not impossible down the line. If he fully realized that there was no tech yet, and by the way, it starts only now for Foggy, I definitely think that Spiral should just expand, try to get his Tinker to level 3, level up a little bit, and then take a fight further down the line. And look, Foggy's just going around.
If you expand, don't you invite Foggy to a base race where he's really good at, and Hunters are also pretty good at?
Yeah, but he has like good SimCity. He can like get Nature's Blessing. It's, you know, there is base trading when you can't beat the opponent's army, and there is like base trading now when you could very easily see it coming and take like a lot of precautions.
Gotcha, but I think Spiral sees it a little differently, going into the first glaive of the game, and I guess he's just all in pushing.
Yeah. It's actually a very interesting way to counter this, because not only is the glaive going to be really good at attacking the buildings at the expo. It's also going to be great against Huntresses.
A player's force.
It's also very squishy, very fragile, can be sniped if you want to commit some Huntress HP to it. But Foggy with the town portal, he has of course a lot of gold, 700, can afford it. Wasn't really able to donate more HP to this. Is the Tinker getting more items here? Yeah, Scroll of Healing again stolen for Spiral.
And the glaive is going past everything to start shooting down what I think is the ancient. Oh, there's an archer there. Okay, that guy starts shooting the glaive. Glaive throwers die very quickly.
Okay, a little bit of damage already. One archer still takes some time to kill a glaive, and that is level 3 Demon Hunter. Foggy knew this, Spiral knew this, and retreats in time as well. More production, back to archers and dryads. This one glaive seems to be enough for him.
That scroll to be is going to be insane. And illusions as well, potentially. Like, Foggy needs to check inventory and bring like 4 wisps, 5 wisps. Make sure he can get rid of all of that, because otherwise the fight is going to be so hard for him to win.
He has them in the mine, of course. That would get rid of his income. No upgrades, but alright. Demon Hunter tanking. I like that. Pocket Factory far in the back.
So I was getting an MG behind this.
Whoa, okay. Without upgrades, that's curious.
And Foggy setting up a massive flank. The glaive thrower getting too close to the AP here. Getting shot twice. This is really bad because there's no wisps nearby to repair.
Yeah. Foggy wants to flank. Ukrainian sandwich is set up. He's also trying to intercept reinforcements for free.
Yeah. And he did.
He did? Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got an archer just now.
Ouch. There's not too much damage done by Spiral yet. I wonder if this one glaive is enough.
Yeah, that's why he's putting the army as well. He's like, okay, that's not enough siege damage. I need to force the fight right now. So he got both of the buildings that were there. Spiral's very careful with the engagement that he knows he's coming up here. He's trying to always position, and Foggy, this might be it here. He's coming in with the Dark Ranger second.
Okay, can we do it? Here's the Scroll of the Beast, but Foggy should have the Wisp ready. Here they are immediately. That wasn't too much damage, but okay. Spiral was just waiting for the Mountain Giant, who's positioning himself in all the archers. That's a wonderful taunt, soaking up so much damage. Demon Hunter taking care of the Dark Ranger. She's out of the fight, but the Hunts are all on top of the archers and killing them right away.
Yeah, improved bows just finished for Foggy. That was beautifully timed. He definitely didn't forget about this. And he got rid of so much of the army of Spiral. A 20 supply lead right now. Spiral pulls the creeps on the left-hand side to try and help him. He's like, help, guys.
He's demolishing Spiral in this fight, as good as he was in preparing for this push and playing, especially game 1. In the fights itself, Foggy is a whole different tier.
Yeah, he's an absolute beast in Night Elf Mirror, and he proves it here yet again. Cleans up everything that there is in this area. And Spiral, 42 supply against 61. Even though the kobolds came to his rescue, it doesn't seem like it's going to do much for him.
And that's maybe the difference if you are a Night Elf main for many, many, many years. Or if you just switched 1 year ago, 1.5 years ago. That was excellence.
Yeah, the target was really good. At first, he didn't necessarily put the archers on the right units, but then as soon as improved bows kicked in, he actually shifted those dryads and they die extremely quickly from archer attacks.
And now it's smooth sailing from here for sure. Level 4 Podum gets upgrades, finally gets some heal scrolls. Dark Ranger survived as well. Full health at the fountain again. And last ditch effort by Spiral, I guess.
He's trying to make something happen here with a bit of creeping.
Good luck with that.
Sometimes you can hope that the opponent will just take like a really bad fight, and that's one way you can come back, you know, just hoping for some mistakes. You can always expect everybody to play perfect, except when you play against Happy, but he's not against Happy right now.
Nope, that's true. But close. Foggy, clearly the second best player we got in this region.
Double healing scroll as well.
Oh, wow. Mountain Giants, interesting choice. We might see them later in the hands of Kevin. But here, without the tier 3 upgrades, they just suffer.
A Mountain Giant without any of the upgrades. Not nearly as scary. That guy was actually dying very quick.
Speaking of dying, Demon Hunter is soon to follow. Invo Potion, 7 seconds, but then the next Focus Fire will end him.
A second law was on the way for Spal, who was trying to transition into bears, but too little, too late, it feels like.
Yeah, tier 3 is still a minute off, even more. I don't think he will last another minute.
Yeah, Moonwell's almost entirely empty. Yes, a whole 5 of them. Demon finally goes down.
This was the
just has too
moment.
much.
Oh, this was scary. Foggy skips the lower bracket, will not face Happy or Blade or X-Lord in the first round. And boom, there we go. 2-0, 2-0. Not dropping a single map. And that's his quarterfinal right there.